It's Charles, the instructional designer for the School of Nursing. Today we're going to look at Feedback Studio, which is part of Turnitin. In the past, Turnitin had what we now are going to call the Classic Edition, which had grade mark and the originality screen. Well, now they call it Feedback Studio. To get into Feedback Studio, you do it the same way you did to get into Turnitin. We go to Assessments, Assignments, we go to our Submission, and then we click on the blue area, green area, or red area, whatever color it happens to be, next to the percentage and under Turnitin Similarity. This will take us into Turnitin. In the past, when you went to Turnitin to look at your feedback, it looked like this. You had your originality report, grade mark, and peer mark. And the information related to these items was found over here on the right. Turnitin has now updated their studio to what's called Feedback Studio. Now everything is based on layers. So the first thing you have to do is make sure that all of your layers are turned on. So we want to go over here to the right on the Layers button, and you'll notice there's Grading, Similarity, and E-Rater. Grading is what used to be called grade mark. What used to be found in originality is now called similarity, and it's located here. You want to make sure that it's checked also. And then your E-Rater down here is what checks grammar. So you want to make sure it's turned on as well. Now, even though it's turned on your end, if the instructor has not turned on grammar check, then it may not function. So you want to make sure that E-Rater is turned on, similarity is turned on, and grading are all turned on. Now, once we have the layers turned on, then we can come over here and access feedback layer, which is going to show us any kind of feedback the instructor has given us overall for the entire paper. For example, if we look down here under text comment, there may be a comment in the text, or up here you can see there's a voice comment that's about 11 seconds long. These are typically for the overall paper and not individual items. Individual items for feedback will be located here within the paper. Commonly confused. You can see it tells us what the commonly confused words are. Okay. Support needed. Okay. Down here you'll notice this is a test comment, blah, blah, blah. So whenever you see the little call out, you'll know there's a comment there. All these red numbers and blue numbers and things in around through here are all related to your originality numbers over here. So if we click on that, it'll show us what each of these things are. So there's number 1, there's number 2, there's number 4, there's number 5. Okay. Now if we go underneath, we can go to filters and settings, and you can actually turn things on or off. For example, you can go in and exclude quotes, exclude bibliography, or you can restrict it based on words or less. Okay, and these settings are typically set up by the instructor. ETS and grammar options will show up if it's turned on here. And it's telling us here that it's currently unavailable. Please try again later. It probably means that it hasn't been turned on for this particular Dropbox. Now, in the event that you go into your paper and you're looking and you see that the grading, similarity, and E-Raters are all turned on, but you notice that the comments are not coming up when you click on them, okay, then it could be an issue with your browser. I have seen it happen where people went in, they couldn't see the comments in Chrome, but when they went in through Firefox, Mozilla Firefox, then it worked. So it does make a difference as to which browser you're using. So always check on that. If for some reason it doesn't work in either Firefox or Chrome, then it could be something wrong somewhere else. And what I have seen so far is if you return to Classic down here, then it works fine. Okay. Okay, so we've seen where our grade mark comments are at, where the originality comments are at, voice comments, text comments, and that nature. Now, if you need to print out your paper to reference it later, okay, then you can go up to back into the Feedback Studio. Now, notice how we don't have any comments or anything listed in here right now. So that means one of our layers has gotten turned off. So we'll go into Layers, make sure we turn on Grading. Now you'll see your comments. Okay, we click on the drop down arrow here. It says Download. Current View is going to let us download and print out the copy with the markups on it. Digital Receipt just lets us see the information related to submitting the file, the date it was submitted, the file size, that type of information. The original submitted file gives you everything without the markup information on it. If you want to download the paper after the faculty member has graded it, then go with Current View. And what it does is it creates a PDF file of that piece. And we click here to open the PDF. And you'll notice it gives us our submission information, when it was submitted, the size, word count, and everything else. Now you'll notice down here, you can see the comments that were in there earlier. And you also see the originality piece there. We go down, it breaks down the originality. And then down here, it gives us the comments that were made. For example, the quick mark comments, support needed, commonly confused words. And then there's the comment that was actually written into the paper itself. Comment 1. This is a test comment, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that gives us all the information on the paper. So if you have a really long paper and you don't have time to read it right now while you're online, then you can download it, print it out, and review it. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to call or email. Thank you and have a good day.